something else. I was just hoping for some reason for him to pick Kog'Maw. Just would have been fun. Don't know why, just did.
Would have been neat.
Yeah, it would have been neat. You know how there's just like, sometimes you just get that vibe where like, oh, I just want this champion here. And Viper would play it. Anyway, Delight still just trying to find the Rakan button. Instead, finds the Poppy one and is going to be able to lock that one in. Steadfast Presence can be very frustrating for a Kai'Sa, so you can understand it.
Yeah, good into Vi as well. Decent at mitigating Nautilus and just very tanky early on, especially compared to the Nautilus. So I feel like HLE, a lot of defensive tools in their composition to kind of protect Viper. He did go deathless in their last series. You have Zeka on Yone, you have Peanut on Maokai.
Because Nongshim have also got themselves a fair bit of power. That's mid lane Ambassador as well, which is kind of fun. Is it? Cool.
Happy with a swap situation.
Well, they're going to give up the entire range of melee minions just to try and get Zeus out of the way. Ooh, okay, we get it. You'll take a flash for
that was very limit testing from both players. You know, Zeus had the W, he's like, come on, hook me, and then Lehens didn't.
And he knows that Lehens goes for those. He goes for another one, as Jiwoo's going to try and get some autos in.
So the lower health of Zeus makes him a real threat to be dove. You know, leaving the Aurora alone under tower wasn't going to be ideal. So like, let's just go back to the old school triple lane.
Yeah. And without as much protection on the top side, can make things a little bit bothersome, as Delight is just being annoying here. Takes a buckler to the noggin. Is okay, let's see whether Zeus can survive this one. The flash out from Lehens. And the fully charged up turret is a bit dangerous, but it should get a little bit less excited. And there it is. First blood going over to Jiwoo. And meanwhile, on the other side of the map, or in the middle of the map, there is a dead Ambessa. So a large reason why Viper is so far ahead. No teleport available for this guy. So let's have a look at this from Fisher again. As all right, Peanut just flashed on top of him, got the Bramble Smash, and Zeka was able to finish it off.
Yeah, not really much to be done.
Yeah, sometimes. Yep, Lehens will always go for that one, as Delight uses his Steadfast Presence, but isn't actually going to be able to win out on the trade just yet. Viper and Jiwoo trading blows just a little bit there, and these grubs now to see whether they can deny that feat of strength, as Jiwoo going to get smashed into the wall, actually taking a lot of damage. Ignite coming down. No Steadfast Presence was available, but the flash in, and Delight is just going to solo kill him, basically. I think that was like 1 or 2 autos from Viper, and otherwise it was all the Poppy. Well, Peanut is, you know, you were saying even more dire. I think this fits the category as the Nature's Grasp comes through. Oh, unfortunately, they both get caught. It's pick your poison as far as who you want to take down, but Delight is dead, as the turret is going to take him out, and now Peanut is going to get revenge, but the turret is also getting revenge. And so I guess, Jiwoo, welcome back to the game, my friend. Minion wave in here as Gideon going to move on over. Does see that ward, so Zeus with full information. Peanut nowhere in the vicinity. I think they're going to look for it. Bolt Breaker to come through as Kingen throws down the ulti just to try and clear out some minions, but Gideon just going to die. Kingen also going to die on the other side, as we can see here. And Zeus says, what the heck are you doing, bro? Some grubbies being considered here by Nongshim, as well as Peanut going to move on over. Does find the Nature's Grasp, but the public execution into that back line. Peanut pretty tanky though, and now Viper is there to deliver the damage. Lehens going down lower and lower, and Fisher is basically out of the fight. The double knockup from Zeka as he dives forward. It's going to find another one, actually giving a double kill over to Viper, who's on 5. Remember, this guy hasn't died all season. Over here. So Gideon starting off this dragon will be the first objective to be fully taken, as of course we've got 3 grubs apiece, but it wasn't all in the same set of grubs. And Gideon is going to be able to secure this, so first dragon going over. Bad stuff was happening at the bottom side. You can just ignore the other side, and it's fine. That teleport was actually hilarious as, okay, Zeka going hyper aggressive, and there's Delight again! Jiwoo able to get himself out of the way, but it's not good enough, and what the heck? This Poppy is still going! Might just be that this turret is given up, although Zeka can unbind the soul, look to clear out the wave. And it's going to be a tough one, as okay, there's a cease and desist as the public execution comes through. The flash out from Zeka, let's see whether, no, he's not going to stay alive. That is just a lot of commitment and a lot of damage as HLE looking to answer on the other side. She is going to be able to help take down that inner turret. And another one is going down on the bottom side of the map as Peanut could be, no, is he going to be in trouble? That's the question, as Viper's going to come on over. There's the flash out, cease and desist will kill him. But Gideon's going to go down as well, and now the fight is really broken out, and Nongshim want nothing more of this. But the flash forward comes in, and Zeus says, no, 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 no. We are fighting. The all-out comes in, trades for the killer instinct, as Jiwoo's going to be able to try and do something here. Flashes. Oh, the Void Seeker was almost enough, but another heroic charge is going to be the end of him as public execution, and somehow Zeus is still alive. Oh, get that. It needs to be back in the chat again. I know that we called for it before and it filled up the chat, but
give him more credit. He's going to...
Oh, he can get that blood pedal.
Yes.
He can get that blood pedal. That's value.
Pedal. That's... Oh, the flank.
Oh, God, wait. Maybe
coming
it's working. Maybe it's working. It's a TP over the wall from Kingen. Lahens, he's turned up. I mean, Gideon's already dead. They dive in on top of Viper. A whole bunch of buttons are pressed, but he has the...
Oh, they stole it!
And he stole it! Kingen picks it up! And they managed to take down Viper there as well. The damage...
They're getting K'Sante!
Oh, God, they're getting mega K'Sante. But the Yone's dead, and the K'Sante does finally actually die. And they don't really die themselves. So to keep his verdict, I think they're going to keep themselves alive. But man, Nongshim, the Noodles making their way back into the fight.
This is the difference.
The smite is just not worth hitting. He'd rather kill the champions, and that is precisely what they're going to look to do now as Bramble Smash pushes Lahens under the turret. He is going to go back home. They're going to get some money for that one, as they send a couple back, in fact.
Yeah, so one thing we've talked about a fair amount with the Voracious Atakan is that when you have it, you can kind of just run it down and not be punished that hard. But the problem is that is a very different statement from you should run it down. Okay?
Yeah.
There's two different things.
Yeah.
If you can get away with it, that doesn't mean that the best use of your buff is just charge into the tower against Maokai Poppy and die.
And it's also, make that clear. Okay, Kingen throws down the ulti. There's a public execution as they get underneath the turret. That's another cease and desist, and Viper is on the floor once again. Zeus is also dead as Delight, the next one on the chopping block. As Fisher, he's just going to be sent home. The ulti comes forward from Zeka, but doesn't find the target, which was Gideon. He's going to jump onto Jiwoo, though, and he is going to be sent home. As Lahens comes back, he really dies if he does go down. The anchor is going to be avoided. And Nongshim have brought this game back to within 2,000 gold.
I mean, they've gotten so much value out of this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think if he loses the other half, that's when he's got to be concerned. But
HLE are looking a little bit frightened about how this one's going, as there's the ulti forward, giving Fisher a bit of his own medicine as a twisted advance to lock him in place. There are the feats going over, but HLE have taken down the mid laner, and they're looking for a Baron now as an opportunity.
Yeah,
Viper's going to get hit by that one. Keeper's Verdict gets rid of Lahens, which is a large amount of their engage. I think staying on the Baron sounds like a good idea here for HLE, but they do back away.
I think
I
they
wasn't
expecting
it. Yeah, it was down so low.
Yeah,
they got rid of the engage.
Extraordinarily
Extraordinarily low. Teleport available for Zeka. And HLE need to get in here. It's down to 50% health. Voidseeker this time is going to miss. And now the teleport's coming in. The Baron's extremely low as Delight goes in. It is going to be the Baron secured by Nongshim, but the ulti into the backline from Zeka might be the end of Gideon. No, Blast Cone is going to make sure that that one does not happen. And they'll keep a few of these Barons alive. And maybe, if you're Nongshim, you're just saying it's kind of worth.
Not ideal, obviously. It'd be nice not to lose your AD carry, but I think they're kind of okay. It depends what HLE can do here, because it looks like they're planning to take this mid inhibitor tower. And I think if that goes down, you start to feel less okay.
I'm going to say that it's probably worth for HLE at this point in time, as taking this inhibitor going to provide them with a whole lot of strength in this lead up towards the next Dragon, and the lead up towards the next Baron, in fact. Fisher with teleport can certainly join. Let's see whether it is going to be Soul Point for Nongshim or whether HLE just going to be able to even out the Dragons. There's another zooming teleport from the Ambessa.
Oh, here's another.
Yeah. Okay, in comes Zeus. And Gideon from over the wall. I think they know that it's a bit of a shaky peanut when it comes to the smites. So if Gideon can get in there and make them nervous, it could be a tough one. He just flashes in! They dive on top of the Xayah, who does go down to the GA pretty immediately. And now Fisher's in amongst it. Kingen trying to get out of there. The problem is, Viper comes back alive. And then they threw their kitchen sink, and Viper said, I don't mind. That's actually okay. We'll take the objective.
Yeah, the GA buy really paying off there.
Yeah, I would say that like this is where you should probably have a look at the inventories. I don't know whether they would have made the same play, as that buffer was kind of cute, but Lance is still going to die. Viper going to be able to take down his ex-Griffin teammate on the bottom side of the map. And you can see that Zeus, he also has one, and he is also not too bothered by anything at all. So the Baron's going to be up in 25 seconds time. And I think HLE should be a little bit more confident in their ability to stick around this time.
Yeah, I will say, though, I think Nongshim need to be... Oh, Gideon.
Oh, dear.
Don't want this 1v1.
This is not what he wanted. He wanted to be, yeah, a little bit more stealthy. Doesn't quite work out here. Zeka does need to kill him before his soul rebinds, and that is not going to happen. So
he's out, but ult down.
Yeah, out.
Be a bit frustrating, and he kind of has to make his way towards Baron, which is up. I will say, GA is down, so this is kind of what Nongshim do want to play around the fact that Viper doesn't have that, but without Vi ult.
Yeah, then what's the point? That's a bit of a dangerous one, as, yep, there's the Keeper's Verdict from the shadows, and Kingin's down. Can they do that before the Nexus explodes? That's the big question, as even HLE are a bit confused about where Gideon is as he walks over the wards now. All right, charging up that Vault Breaker. Will be able to get in, but Delight just says, no, my friend, that is not going to happen. The ulti through from Zeka there as well. Blastcone's kind of frustrating as now everyone's piling in. Viper goes golden, but he's in amongst so many bad guys, gets a big shield, and he has already ulted, but he kills 2 of them on his way out. It's Lehens that poetically gets the kill, but it is still the end of the game as HLE will march down this bottom lane and look to take down the turrets.
You know, the miracle Arakan steal kept them in the game, but Nongshim just can't do enough. The peel available to HLE, they shut down the flank attempt from Gideon, and even though Viper does go down in the end, enough damage is done, and HLE will claim their first Nexus of the series.
Yep. You can see that, you know, the spirits were not too down on the side of Nongshim. Kingin having a bit of a giggle here. I think they knew that they were gifted another chance in this game. Right now for me, Zeus and Delight are probably leading after game 1. We'll see what happens if HLE are able to win the series. Outside of that, you can see that Jiwoo was able to land a lot of Void Seekers. Kingin did a lot of damage there as well, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah,
and Fisher kind of left us a little wanting with his Zambessa plan.
You know, those are the decisions. Do we want to give Viper a choice to give him the Caitlyn, or do we just want to stick Delight on an engaged pick he's good with? And maybe the thought process was, guys, Rel and Rakan are open. Yeah,
unless they're going to play Rel Rakan bottom lane, we're going to be fine.
I'm sure that's what Corki needed to get his first win.
Oh, we are. Okay, we're Lucian Namiing.
It has been a long time since we've seen Lucian Nami in the bot lane. And ultimately...
Oh, wait, does this mean that we get Kate Lux? Enchanter v Enchanter?
Will Delight do it? Will he break the mold?
I feel like he'd Bard first, but nah, he's going to Lux it. There we go.
Okay, so one of the things here is I think when Nongshim locked in the Lucian Nami, you went into that like, we need to lane swap. Because already, you know, playing the Rumble and the Galio's a fine matchup there, although Galio is pretty fine in lane swaps, just tanking a tower. But like, Lucian Nami level 1 into Kate Lux is painful.
This is also very cute. Our first Lucian Nami towards the bottom side of the map. Just don't know whether it's actually going to work because HLE's composition looks really scary to deal with, especially as you get later on. Let's see whether the Noodles can find some magic.
Yeah. It's also the first strike Lucian, which he does proc there, but generally first strike's really good mid-game.
God.
Oh no.
We've made the peace with Lehens.
Generally, First Strike is really good in the mid-game because you have enough damage to get like substantial gold from it. But like, Caitlyn and Lux are notoriously good at proccing it. That's nearly heal.
Yeah, early barrier as well from Viper.
See
what Viper has actually opted into him, if he has actually taken anything at all. As another Peacemaker comes in. Oh man. Light Binding being included is a dangerous one as the heal just being used to keep the tempo up, keep them in the lane.
It's so funny. It's just it's literally like they have the professional play Arakan and the solo queue Arakan.
Yeah, maybe it's just a different game. As Peanut going to be able to grab one of the grubs. That is going to deny a feat of strength.
That's unfortunate because Gideon actually saved the smite.
Now the Singularity goes down there as well, and there is the extra auto attack to grab themselves the plate.
And, you know, obviously like level 1's pretty strong for this combo, but I feel like, you know, when you hit level 5,
oh, Equalizer. Zeus going to have to flash out of that one.
Will they get better for Jiwoo in the hands?
Ooh, nice bubble. Little connect here. Tidal Wave to follow up as Delight comes on over, gives a bit of a shield here to Peanut, who does have the Crescent Guard. Up and available, Light Binding, the full combo. Empress Divide needs to be flashed there from Zeka, but now he's in an awkward position. Peanut coming back in again because he identifies Gideon has no damage, and in fact, no one does.
Getting toasted by Rumble.
Well, Hens is not having a great time as Peanut is fighting into 3 people. Does have that Crescent Guard like we were talking about. Final Spark misses onto Lehens somehow.
Oh man,
that was an elevation problem or something like that. Okay. Yeah, you can see the taunt going to be used, but the damage from Kingen is kind of insane. Another equalizer comes down. Justice Punch was used. Kingen needed to block that. Our sheet in front of us with the cool stats on it. As we might have First Blood just being replaced only a few seconds later as Kingen. That's a great flash. As Zeka comes in as well, and may just die to the ramped up turret. It's kind of hilarious. Tidal Wave is going to connect onto Viper here as well. Has to flash the bubble. And there's a lot of action, and we still haven't replaced that First Blood.
Were they aware? Like, as soon as the timer passed, everyone starts fighting.
Yeah,
like,
I think that must have been it. They're like, we're going to break this one.
They're like saying in all chat, guys, give it 20 seconds. Just wait 20 seconds. As soon as it passes, like, boom, lock in. It's just, as well, when you get a kill, like before it was quite consistent with like rounded numbers. It just feels like you get random numbers of gold.
Ooh, Taunt should be connecting here onto Dew. He is going to use his cleanse. And I don't think they're going to be able to get the eye. That's unfortunate. As, all right, Zeka will find the Emperor's Divide onto Kingen. Is it First Blood? Wow, that was a Narnian ultimate from Gideon, but it scared them enough to get Kingen out of there.
3 minutes, and they'll be spot on.
Otacon is just going down.
Oh, this could be it!
Oh no! Viper and Delight both just cooked together, and there it is! First Blood at 2050! And it's Kingen that takes down Delight. Zeka now looking to try and stop them from taking this Otacon down. As Peanut going to be pushed away. Wind becomes lightning coming on in there. Fisher down relatively low. They get rid of the Azir. But Zeus comes in. That is going to keep Peanut alive. Viper fighting against Kingen. There are a lot of traps all over the ground. And Nongshim, they give up on the Otacon. Just in general, who does spend most of his time dying. Zeus is just going to walk at Fisher here. It's looking super effective. As now we've got another fight, as Peanut getting absolutely slaughtered. Gets himself a decent shield though, and in fact, his ultimate's going to be coming up very, very soon. Kingen getting low as Viper grabs it with a Peacemaker. That was adorable. Peanut going to get spotted out here as Viper's going to need to flash over. He does so. Light Binding not going to connect as now Jiu way too far up, but there's the knock-up from Peanut. That is going to spell his death as now the flash in. The 2-man taunt and Zeka scoops them all up. HLE, I mean, they may not have got First Blood, but they killed the rest of them.
When it rains, it pours. When we get some kills coming in, HLE clean up, and we'll get that third Dragon of a Hextech Soul, which is
the first highlight we're going to see from the space.
Probably.
Because nothing else happened prior to that. As Lehens, he could die, but there is Gideon in the vicinity, and Zeka needs to go golden. Are enough traps going to be going down here as Emperor's Divide delivers a pig towards Delight and Viper. That equalizer actually isn't the greatest. Not the one. As I think that Fisher is in a tough spot. Yeah, Justice Punch going to come in. Fisher thinks that it's not well named, which is providing a little bit of an issue. Delight immediately flashing out, and I don't even know whether that's going to be enough. Saved by the Popcorn Chickens. Very strange. Yeah. This Otacon is... Okay, Peanut coming on in. Let's see whether he can cause some sort of ruckus as Gideon already going down low. Zeka splits up the fight, but there's a lot of damage from Fisher here. The Tidal Wave helping out really well. But Gideon goes down first. And now the heroic exit there from Zeus. But they're all on the barbecue! And they just back away as Otacon is left to the Wolves. Or they're going for like a re-engage. I have no idea, but they're sort of still here and sort of not. Zeus has teleport, and so he can make his way back if they would like him to be there. And now they're just going to get gifted Otacon. No, he's going to reset. This is so weird. That was so strange. I have no idea what just happened there, but it was, I think, okay for HLE. Kingen moving in, doesn't have equalizer for the next little while.
Zeka's coming back and Hex-gated.
Yeah.
He's Hex-gating again.
Oh, he's getting on in there. There's the taunt. It's going to connect onto Kingen, but he is able to cook them. Takes down the smite. That is absolutely huge as now Zeka gets out of the way of the culling, but it's not enough to save the gargoyle. And I'm still confused. This Otacon has just been running amok.
Wait, we're Hex-gating more. We're back in.
And now their jungler is going to come back over. Gideon will turn up again. And I think the Nongshim just get it. Right? Yeah.
They should just get it, yeah.
God, so weird, man.
This is
I don't know.
Such an odd... We had Bro 2-0 Gen G earlier, and this game feels more odd.
Yeah, right? That's because Bro are the best team in Korea. We knew that from the Kesper code.
Yeah.
In order to do it.
So annoying.
Yeah, Bazinga. All right, in goes Peanut. It's a gargoyle delivery system as they knock up Kingin and evict him from the area. Emperor's Divide connects onto a couple. Everyone is sent packing. And yeah, you may not necessarily die, but you give over 400 gold in a Baron. Probably not worth. Very, very happy with the state of the game, and he's 2-0-3, so he's already dealing a lot of damage. Oh man, Zeka going to be able to move towards his top side, utilize these Barons, and yeah, these Ace in the holes starting to hurt. Still has another point to put in that one, I believe. As Jew, oh yeah, he still had the buff, so he may as well take a ticket home. It was all the blood pedal.
Yep.
As all right, HLE. Okay, Tidal Wave going to come in there. The cleanse going to be used from Viper as a whole bunch of buttons are now on cooldown. But I think that Nongshim used a few more. Yeah, 4 of them now on CD, and Fisher is doing his best to put his on CD as much as possible. As HLE are just going to continue marching forward because their health bars have not been changed. Because now, connected to every attack, they now have basically an ultimate ability that slows down everyone in an AoE. It's just nutty. As all right, Blast Cone is going to get Fisher over the wall. No one has started off this dragon, so HLE will be able to actually get here. It's going to be an honest fight, as that didn't look honest at all. It looked like Zeka just killing Fisher without him being able to do anything in response. A little bit
really low.
Yeah,
trying to reset, but it's just there. For sure.
Okay. Zeka's going to be able to make his way through. Final Spark just to get some vision. As now Zeka and Zeus are going to turn up together. This angle is terrifying. Lucency. What the heck was that damage? That's, I guess, Viper with 4 items. Did finish that Bloodthirst that we were talking about before. The line of traps comes in as Peanut gets out of there. Does soak the ultimate as the Tidal Wave is going to stop Delight from walking further forward. But they're using all of these buttons defensively. They're going to not have them for when the fight starts in earnest. Fisher teleports back. It's your time, Corky. It's time to find a win. This is where we do all the damage. This is where we steal the Elder. This is where maybe you just lose as they're teleporting into the base.
Oh, the base,
to end the game.
Kingen needs to go. He's the one with TP.
Well, Nexus Turret 1 is dead. Nexus Turret number 2 is dead. Fisher is almost dead. Lehens is, in fact, dead. There's a knock-up onto Gideon as they're just diving forward. They're going to win the team fight and the game at the same time as it's a double to come down for Viper. And Fisher is likely to not die. Wait, he's dead. I said likely to not die. I meant the other way around. Zeka is wanting to kill Kingen, his ex-teammate, before actually killing the Nexus. I think he ran out of minion wave there as well, but he's just going to follow him. And Sufi is going to help out. And thumbs up occurring all over the place. Oh, the scrap shield!
He's scrappy.
And the minions, they get it done in the end as well as Leandri's. And so that is going to be Zeka going golden. Didn't time it quite right as HLE are delaying as best they can. And that is going to be the 2-0 successful there. The latest first blood that we've ever had. They actually did a fair bit of damage here. You can see that the damage graph is very similar outside of Kingen doing a whole lot more, but he is a rumble. But look at that gold graph, man. It's like we started the game. We literally started the game at 22 minutes.
Yeah, you can't.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Zir for the POM interview translation, joined by Viper on the side of Hanwha Life Esports. Congratulations! Thank you. Hanwha Life Esports has secured their second win. How does it feel to get POM, Viper?
그 정도는 아니었던 것 같은데 잘 좋게 봐주신 것 같아요.
Honestly, I don't think it was that great, but I guess you guys give me a lot of credit.
겸손한 답변 같은데 오늘은 그래도 그룹 바론의 날이라고 할 만큼 정말
Today
감사가
must
많이
be
있었습니다.
Group Baron
혹시
Day.
첫 번째 매치 OK저축은행 브리온의 경기 보셨을까요?
아, 네.
Did you happen to watch OK Savings Bank Bring Us match?
어떻게 보셨는지 한마디만
Yeah, I was
해주시죠.
cheering for them really hard. What was it like?
첫 세트를
No, as I was watching.
이
They
기세로
won
2대0
the first game, so I was like, are they going to keep up the momentum and get a 2-0?
좋습니다. 이렇게 해서
So,
오늘
let's
바론
go,
그룹이
Group
2승을
Baron.
챙겨가게 됐습니다. 자, 1세트 얘기를 먼저 좀 나눠보면요. 1세트 자야의
Let's
엄청난
talk about
성장이
game
있었습니다. 원딜
Your
골드 차이도
Zaya
굉장히
scaled
대단했는데
so hard.
자야를
And the
노리는
80 carry
경우가 많았거든요,
gold difference
상대가.
was
근데
immense.
어떻게 이렇게 폭발적인 성장을
Surely
할 수
Zaya
있었을까요?
was the opponent's main target, so how were you able to scale so well?
수학이 너무 자주 일어나다 보니까
You know,
보통 일이
lately
잘
we've been seeing so
크는
many
경우가
lane
많은 것
swaps,
같아서
so I think that's why
딱히 제가
AD
뭘
carries
했다기보다
end
그냥
up scaling
상황이
so well.
그렇게
I
흘러가는
don't
것
think I
같고
did anything particularly
다야가
well. It's just
잘 클
that's
수밖에
the
없었던
way
것
the game flow,
또
just
팀원들의 공으로
just
약간
the way
메탈
how
이렇게
games
넘겨주시는
flow
발표
nowadays. So I don't
상태였습니다.
think it was
이
anything special.
세트에는 정말 오랜만에 저희가 바텀에서
In game
루나미 대
two,
캐틀럭스 조합을 볼 수가 있었습니다.
We got a Lucian
오랜만에
Lamy versus
등장을
Caitlyn
했음에도
Lux
불구하고
matchup, and
예상을
it's been a long
하셨는지
time since we
궁금합니다.
saw these comps. So did you
일단은
predict the Lucian Lamy
상대가
bot?
끝났을 때 좀 예상을 하고
No,
있었고
after the enemy
좀 그걸
finished
생각하면서
their
픽을
bans, I
골랐었는데
kind of did predict it,
생각보다 좀
and that's why we
조합적으로
ended up
상대
locking
상황이
in
좀
our own
길어가지고
comp based on that.
좀 껄끄러웠던 것 같습니다.
근데 그런 거 치고는
And
사실
I think it was a
이번
little
2세트가
tricky
최장
because
선취점
of all
기록이
the
나올
long
만큼
ranges that we
20분대까지
had to
킬이
deal
나오지
with.
않았었거든요.
And yeah, there was actually no action until 20 minutes.
계획이 있으셨던
So,
건지
and it was the
궁금하더라고요.
latest first blood. Did you have a plan, or was there a particular reason you were just trying to be extra
더
careful?
저희가 공격적으로 했어야
You know, to
하나라는
be
생각도
honest, I
들고
think we
교전이 많이
might have
일어나면
had to
더
play a
좋을 것
little
같아요.
more
상대가
aggressive, and I
아무래도
think maybe
거리
more trades would have been
싸움에서
more beneficial for us.
유리하다 보니까 돌파구를 잘
The
못하는
enemy just had
네, 좋습니다.
advantage in terms
그래도
of
오늘
range,
2대
so
0
it
승리를
actually
가져온
ended up playing
하나생명 e스포츠입니다.
out
이번 주
kind of-
토요일에는 디플러스 기아와의 대결이 기다리고 있는데요.
That's
사실
how it
요즘에
ended up with
디플러스
no
기아의
action, I believe.
경기력 엄청나게
And this Saturday,
좋잖아요.
you will
어떤
face
마음가짐으로
D plus
임하실
Kia.
예정인지
And they've been playing
들어보겠습니다.
oddly well right now. So what is your mindset to
이번 LCK 컵은
to go into your next match with?
변수가 많은 것 같아서 플러스
You know, I
기아도
feel like
저희도
lately
좀
we've been seeing a lot of variables
할 것
that
같은데
will change
잘
the way the
모르겠습니다.
game
요즘
flows.
잘해가지고
And D plus Kia, you know, they've been really,
긴장되긴 하는데
really
저희
good.
스타일대로
So
잘해서 이겨보겠습니다.
you know, they're gonna keep us on our toes, but we're gonna make sure that we do really well and win.
지금까지 바이퍼 선수였습니다. 인터뷰 감사합니다.
And that's the end of the
감사합니다.
interview with Viper, and back to the
이어서
space.
분석
Thank
베스트
you.
보시겠습니다.